So here we are, guys, it's the big one. In this video I'm going to be talking about and giving my preview and predictions for KSI versus Tommy Fury. Now, obviously, in Misfits number 8, there was actually a little bit of a teaser, I believe, of the post of Misfits number 9, which obviously has the big X, and in the middle it has like the logos and the colours of the guys involved, KSI with the bandana, Fury's name in like fire rating and stuff like that. And I think Dylan Dennis and Logan Paul teased for that on the undercard, which again would be a mad thing. And who doesn't want to see Dylan Dennis get their ass kicked? I'd love to see Dylan Dennis get his ass kicked and Logan Paul to finally get a win in the ring. But for this video, we're going to be talking about JJ and Tommy. The rumour is, well, it's not a rumour. From what the teaser said, October 14th is the date that they're going to look towards making. And where is it going to be? I think it's safe to say probably Manchester. I think that's the one. And again, that makes perfect sense storyline-wise, because, Tommy's a guy, he's the home fighter from Manchester, but at the same time, KSI has fought in Manchester Arena before, the first amateur fight with Logan Paul. So it all makes sense. It all adds up. And straight off the bat, I'm going to say, when it comes to KSI, we all know his story, and that's why we love him. His story from, just some gamer playing FIFA, random games with his bro, and, it led us all to this point where through hard work, dedication, he's grinded and grinded and grinded, and his main thing is constantly been proving people wrong every time when people are saying you can't reach this amount of subscribers. Bam, he does it. Oh, you can't win a boxing fight against Joe Weller. Bam, does it. You can't win a pro fight against Logan Paul. Bam, does it. Every time you bet against KSI, he proves you wrong. I said that years ago after KSI beat Logan in the pro fight. I said, don't you ever doubt KSI ever again. And lo and behold, here we are again. JJ and Tommy Fury is on the verge of being announced, and lo and behold, they're doubting KSI once again. And it's one of them things where Tommy, when you look at his last fight, he got the job done. He ended up beating Jake Paul in a split decision. Do I believe that was a split decision personally? No. That was one of those fights where the referee had an absolute stinker. He took both a point off Jake and Tommy, which I thought was a joke. But Tommy, throughout most of those rounds, it's clear was the better boxer by far. Was using his jab way more effectively. He had thrown way more punches in combinations as well. His variety of shots were really good. But the weaknesses are there, man. His defense is not all that great. That's not all that great. And Jake Paul did manage to drop him with a fucking jab, of all things. In the last round, managed to drop Tommy with a fury. Tommy with a fury? What the hell? Tommy with a jab. And you saw Tommy complain about saying it was a slip. It wasn't. It was a clean jab that put him down. A flash knock down. Didn't hurt him. But the weaknesses are there, man. And again, when you look at KSI's style, it's something Tommy has never seen before, and that's one of the main selling points of this fight, is that Tommy Fury has never faced someone with a guy who's constantly on his toes, going up and down. He's giving you these different looks with the hands, different, again, kind of varieties of shots that not really many traditional boxers tend to throw in spurts. And we're going into this fight, man. The build-up's going to be a mad thing. John Fury, for all these press conferences, is going to be on a mad one, going crazy. The back and forth is going to be insane. And we all know why KSI really wants this. Obviously, again, it's to prove people wrong, but to indirectly end Jake Paul's boxing career once and for all. He said it time and time again. If Jake Paul doesn't have the balls to face me directly and I can't beat him directly, well, I'm going to end his career indirectly. How? By going after Tommy Fury and beat Tommy Fury in a way that Jake Paul could never do. And the question is he going to do it? Is he going to do it in Tommy's hometown of Manchester? October 14th is the rumoured date. Well, again, it's one of them things where my heart says JJ can do it and my head says Tommy's skill's just going to be too much. Because Tommy does have a fantastic jab. Throws loads of combinations, again. And to be honest with you, Tommy probably won't even see this as a challenge. I mean, he didn't even really see Jake Paul as a challenge. Not saying he was underestimating him by far, but to overlook KSI, again, I said it years ago, don't ever doubt KSI ever again. And once again, this is probably going to be one of those cases where KSI is probably just going to pull it out of the bag, whether it's by a knockout or it goes all the way to points, whether it's going to be a 6 or an 8 rounder. And that's another thing, guys. It's safe to say this has to be a pro fight. I said the same thing about the Kingpin finals with Gibb and Kenny, and now how that needs to be a pro fight, and you need to go all the way with it. Exactly the same thing applies here, guys. It's, Jake Paul and Tommy Fury was a pro fight. Why can't this be a pro fight? And why not even go 8 to maybe even 10 rounds with this thing? Why not go one step further? Who knows what they've got planned? On the undercard, yeah, like I said, Logan and Dylan Dennis has been rumoured, and again, we want to see Logan get that first win in the boxing ring, and Dylan Dennis just to get destroyed, because he's the biggest gobshite I personally have ever seen, maybe even worse than Jake Paul. Like, honestly, Dylan Dennis is a... Oh, yeah, moving on. And for what else is going to be on the undercard, I don't know. But the video says preview predictions. I've got to give a prediction, and again, it could change down the line. For right now, my days. My heart says KSI is just going to pull out the bag and do it, whether it's a late stoppage, or maybe even an early stoppage, or a points decision. I just hope it's not a controversial points decision, and, you know, it's all ended up in chaos, and we got to run it back. But my head is saying Tommy Fury is going to establish that jab well, and he's going to put shots together and maybe win some of the early rounds, because that's essential. People forget how quick and super important it is to win the early rounds, because if it goes to the cards again, you don't want to get screwed over. You don't want it to be controversial. But my head is going, the skill of Tommy Fury is going to just prove a mad thing, essentially, and Tommy will probably get the win on points. But that's not what my heart's saying. That's not what my heart's saying. Again, it's a classic thing. My heart says one thing, my head says another. Which one do you go with? And honestly, guys, you guys tell me in the comments below. Is the skills and the slick movement of Tommy Fury just going to be too much for KSI in the end? Or will the Nightmare once again prove the whole world wrong for I don't know how many times he's done it now, but it's the theme of his whole career, and beat Tommy Fury? How he's going to do that, again, you leave your thoughts and comments down below. And obviously keep it respectful in the comments, guys. Any hate, it's going out the window. I've said that since day one I've made videos on here. Any hate comments, out the window. So keep it respectful, and it should be a safe space. That's what this is all about. And the next video I'm probably going to make is going to be Terence Crawford and Errol Spence. Which is this week, fight week I started for that, believe it or not. July 29th, that is not only for the undisputed welterweight title, but for the #1 pound for pound title. Whoever wins this will go down as probably the best fighter alive today. So stay tuned for that. I don't know when that's coming, but it should be very, very soon. So other than that, guys, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you guys like this video, comment on this video, subscribe to my channel, and all I can say is, peace out, my brothers!